Let's talk about Medallion architecture in Lakehouse and how it's going to help building the good data warehousing with this architecture. So Medallion architecture is the layered data storage approach. Basically, what it is layered data storage approach. When you say the layered data approach, it will have three different layers as of now: bronze layer, silver layer, and gold layer. Anything we are talking about this raw file like CSV, JSON, or Parquet, or different type of raw file will be doing that level of bronze layer. Anything we are talking about the cleansing data processing using notebook, notepad, data flow, the migration activity, it will be silver layer architecture. And then whenever it is going to be the final layer as a gold layer, which is act as a data warehouse, is something called the gold layer. So bronze layer, silver layer, and gold layer. There's three different type of activity. So Medallion architecture, why we into Medallion architecture is basically it helps to process the cleans data before reaching the data warehousing, before reach the gold layer activity or data warehousing activity, cleansing the data, and it will improve the data quality in organization and governance on data lake. We'll be using pipeline in the data flow and notebooks in bronze layer activity. We're also doing the data flow and notebook in silver layer, but we are using SQL analytics endpoint and semantic model in gold layer. So we will be exploring all of these in real time using our Fabric environment. So in Fabric, I have my Fabric Studio open. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the lakehouse with my this workspace. So I'm going to bring the lakehouse, and then I will be creating lakehouse as a cells. Right? As soon as I create this lakehouse on my workstation, the table and files is folder is created. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna create a bonds folder in file as a subfolder, bonds folder. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload some of this test file here. So I'm going to click and upload file. Then I'm going to go here and select some of the file that I already downloaded from portal. So I have 19, 20, and 21 CSV file. I'm going to upload this file in this folder, the bonds folder. As soon as it's done, I can refresh this, and then my file should be available right here. The next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to update this file to the silver level. So these are the bonds level activity I would consider. So transfer this data in the silver level delta table. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the notebook. So I'm going to create the notebook, and I will give the notebook name as rename as notebook for semantic model, something like this, right? And we will be reading this file using notebook right here. So to read these files, I have this Spark code ready. So basically we are doing declare the data frame. So for this data frame, we will be using Spark to read the CSV file. Schema is order schema from this location. So file / bonds and inventory star all CSV. We want to read and those data from here, and then display 10 result, right? And then also we wanted to give this column name for this file schema. So this is what we are doing here. So I'm gonna run this. It's going to perform the Spark, and then if you notice, the Spark will be much faster in Fabrics compared to the other places. So is already completed. 10 result was returned from this those file. Okay. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do some other code here. So what we are doing some manipulation. We are creating other data frame. In this data frame, we are what we are doing here is we are going to give the file name. We also add the column is flag column. We are adding created timestamp. We are also doing another data frame for customer name. If this is null, then put the unknown kind of activity. So these are basically some other manipulation we are performing. So that was completed in a second. This manipulation. Okay, and what we want to do, we want to add one more column and then create the table actually. So right here, what we want to do is as of now there is no table. We just read this file and perform this data frame, but there is no data in table, no table as of now, right? So we want to create the table basically. So let's create the table called the sales silver table in silver layer. within this schema. So I'm gonna run this define schema for the cell SQL table. I'm running this. As soon as this completed, my table will be available here. And then after, we will be update existing record and insert a new record based on a condition defined by column. So I'm gonna add a new column base, and then I'm gonna paste one merge statement here. So basically, with this statement, what we are doing here is basically we have the merge statement to update when record match, and if not match, what we will do. This kind of merge will be happen to update existing record and insert new one based on the condition defined column here in these columns, right? So this is what another level of manipulation we wanted to perform. As of now, what we are doing is we are doing all this bonds activity. We are doing all activity in bonds level. Basically on silver level. Sorry about that. The silver level, we are cleansing and processing some data. Cleansing. Now we are create the table silver table, and then I'm doing some activities in silver table, right? So this is completed as well. Now if I refresh this table, my table should available here, and if I read this table, let's see, my data is in there. Load data with Spark. It will generate the script to read the data. Let me read the data from this and then display the data from this table, and then display the data. So data is in this, will be in this silver table. It's going to display right here. Okay, these are the data, all data available. So this is in silver. We have using Notepad as of now, right, to create this table and things like that. Now what we want to do is we want to explore this data, this silver table in SQL endpoint, in data warehousing in data warehouse. We're still using the silver level, but in the data warehouse. In order to do that, what I can do, I can go to this my workspace, click on this workspace, and as soon as I workspace, there will be the item whatever I created, right? So I created this data lake, Lakehouse, sales Lakehouse. Within the sales Lakehouse, I have done this notebook. When I done the notebook, behind the scene is create my SQL analytics endpoint. Behind the scene is create the SQL analytics endpoint. To open this SQL analytics endpoint, I just click on here, which is nothing but the data warehouse. If I click here, it will open my data warehouse, SQL analytics endpoint warehouse. So this is my data warehouse. I just bring the data in this format. This data warehouse, sales schema, DBO, table, view, function, store procedure. Within the table, I have the silver, sales silver. There is nothing else, like no view, no function, no store procedure as of now. Nothing, right? So this table, I can view the data in this table by clicking right here, or I can do select star from this table as well. In order to do the select star from this table, I can go here, new SQL query, up here, and then click in there, and then what I can do is I can run SELECT select star from cell silver table, and then I can run it. So it's going to give the same data result set. So this is our result set that we have done through the notebook. Now we can do all our activity, like we can analyze the data with various kind of group by function, join. If I have the multiple table, we can do those activity here in silver level, right? We are still in silver level, and we can create the view for this table. We can perform many other things. We can do that. Now what we want to do is we want to move this table to the gold level table. So gold level table, when we talk about the gold level is data warehouse. Data warehouse is nothing but DIM, in fact. So we want to transfer this sales table to the DIM sales table, so which will be our gold level data. So gold level data. So in order to do that, what we need to do is, let me go to the data warehouse again. I'm going to go click on 3 dot here. Let me see. Okay, in other, what we are doing here is we try to transfer the data, this data to gold, right? Gold layer. In order to do that, what need to be done is I need to go to back to the workspace, and I will be creating the new item, notebook item. So I'm gonna get the new notebook. The new notebook called, because we will be performing those activity through the notebook as well. So I'm gonna rename this notebook as a transfer data for the gold. So we'll be transferring this data to the gold level, right? So in order to transfer this existing data to gold, I will be adding existing data in this notebook. So in order to add the existing data to this notebook, I am gonna let me click on Lakehouse here, and then I'm gonna add the existing previous notebook here. Click on add, and then I'm gonna click on existing notebook without schema and click on add. So I'm gonna select this one sales. So sales is what my previous notebook, and I'm gonna click on add. So with that, I bring that my table here, sales underscore silver table, in this new notebook, right? Now I can perform other activity. I can bring so I can create the data frame here to read the file from this table. So this is our table in this fact table, sales underscore sales, this one, right? So this is what on the table, and we are reading this table. I can do that. So to read this table, I'll perform this data frame, and I'm gonna bring the new code block, and then we'll be creating dim table here, because we are transferring data into data warehouse. Data warehouse has dim table and fact table. So I'm gonna, for that, I will be creating the dim table. So in order to create the dim table, I'm gonna add the new code base and then create the new dim table. So dim table gold. Right. So my dim table will have the order date, day, month, year, and then this order to column, and we'll be bring this data from this table. So let me create the dim table here. Okay, table has been created. Let me refresh my table. My dim date gold table should be in there. Dim date gold is here. Now what I can do, I can create one more level, and then I will be performing some other activity, like what we are doing here is drop the duplicates, right? If there is any these things, display the first, and then display the top 10 result. This script is running, and will be displaying top 10 result on this from this dim date gold table. We're gonna perform some other merge activity as well. Let me quickly do that, and then I'll show you. We have the similar type of merge activity here, right here on dim date. What's gonna happen if new data inserted or updated and things like that, right? Okay, that was completed, and there is a couple of steps. We are creating dim customer. We are bringing another table now. So as of now, we created actually punctually right here we created the order table. Now we also create the another table, the dim customer. So let's create the dim customer, and let's do the new dim customer manipulation. We'll do some activity for this dim customer as well. And what we want to do is we will be giving the next step is we will be providing incremental value on this dim customer. So this is our dim customer, right? The new table. I want to give the ID, auto-generated ID. For that, what we want to do is we will be creating new data frame for the max current ID and some other activity. So let me do that as well. And with that, I should be able to see this auto-generated ID as a customer ID. Okay, so we are building basically data warehousing through the notepad, and then we also doing the another merge activity. I think this is in my demo documentation. There is one more table to create, like a dim product table. I think I'm not gonna create that dim table because we already created the 3 table. Instead, what I'm going to do is I am going to create the semantic model. I think we have a couple of table here already in here. What is going to be look like, and that table is, if I go to the data warehouse, I think now is mini table. Now if I go to our data warehouse and go to the SQL Analytics endpoint right here, and previously we have the silver table only. Now we have the dim customer and dim date table right here. Similarly, like we have done that way, we can do those activity to build the table in warehouse as well. Once you have the table ready in data warehouse, we can do all kind of SQL queries, SQL analytics, use analytics function. We can create the store procedure. We can do the views and things like that, and also we can do the data modeling in between those table. And we can do all this permission related activity like other data warehouse activity. So basically, in this demo, what I try to show you is what a Medallion architecture is in Lakehouse, and how it's going to be helpful for data warehousing activity. Again, Medallion architecture is layered data storage approach, where right now is the bronze, silver, and gold. In future it sounds like Microsoft is adding the platinum level as well. We do not know that level yet, but for now we have the bronze, silver, and gold level, and we'll just demo how that can be done through this demo video. So we have performed creating data warehousing using that method. So this is all I want to share with this video. So thank you for watching. Bye for now. See you on next video.